should be done. Have you ever felt unproductive or procrastinating a lot in your routine activities? Can you be efficient, effective, or uh, working on your own without someone by your side to be accountable to share your accomplishments, to share your difficulties of all your tasks in your routine? If your answer to this question is yes, I really would like to congratulate you because I definitely can't. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guest. My name is Anderson, and tonight I'm gonna be talking about accountability. That is a thing that I found that made me a more productive, efficient, and effective person. Before the pandemic, I used to have a very normal routine. I used to go to the office every day, work with my colleagues, my peers, superiors, and I always felt very productive. And when not, I had a lot of people to ask questions, to sit by their side and exchange experiences. Because, and I knew that this kind of environment, to have more people working with you, is an environment that contributes for the productivity, for me to have things done on time. And another factor that made me uh, feel very accomplished to accomplish more tasks done was that I consistently had to report my work, my results to a more experienced member of my team that usually used to be a senior analyst. And talking about my personal activities, when at that time, before the pandemic, I had a very strict and defined routine. Uh, to and that routine was established not to do to perform hobbies or anything of this kind, but to do my homework because I was at the university. So I knew that if I stayed at home, I would be totally unproductive. I would be scrolling YouTube or searching for anything on Netflix to watch, and by the end of the day, I would have nothing accomplished, nothing done. So my strategy at that time was to leave my home on weekends at my free time and go to university. And after university closed, I used to go to a cafe, to a coffee shop, and continue my homework there, continue my studies, my reading there, because I felt that when I am around people, when I have people around me to talk about my tasks, what I'm accomplishing, what I'm performing on my day, I feel more productive. At the beginning of the pandemic, I no longer had to take the train every day to go to the office. So I had around 3 hours more in my day to do whatever I wanted. So I started to intensifying my studies in the English area. So I, I started thinking more about studying English. And I also started learning Spanish. At the beginning, I searched for some apps on the internet and started testing and using some, and also bought some books to study by my own, with some time that I had scheduled to do this homework, this studies. but I noticed that I couldn't stay consistent for a long period with these apps and books and with this method studying by my own. So I decided to schedule and pay for private classes of English and Spanish. And that changed my studying routine and my results. I started really learning because and for this I knew and I was certain that I needed someone to be accountable to have my things done, to accomplish higher and bigger things in life. After this fact, I was convinced that if I wanted to be productive in personal things and also in my job, my working routine, I needed to have another person to be accomplished to to, to be to to be accountable to say what I want to do and when I want to do that and to enjoy the result of my work after accomplishing that the result I wanted. And so after this, I consistently started putting this accountability in my routine. And yeah, and this really improved everything I needed to do in my, especially in my personal life. And now, after hearing this experience, do you identify with this story? Do you feel that you are procrastinating some activities in your routine or in any activities in your job, maybe? And would you like to stop this habit of procrastinating if you have? I invite you to include another person or an app, a platform that uses this accountability as a motor, uh, as a way to get things done. So start practicing accountability and do what should be done. Madam Toastmaster.